You're listening to the Health Coach Nation podcast. My name is Haley Rowe, and I'm a business coach for online health coaches who want to attract their ideal clients, stop feeling defeated by their never-ending to-do list, balance a healthy lifestyle with their growing business, and stop over-analyzing what everybody thinks of them so that they can confidently own their message and online presence. On this podcast, we dive deep into health information you can share with your clients, business strategy tips, and more. Let's get to it. Hey everybody, hope you're having an awesome night. Instagram, I'm going live. I will be facing my computer because I'm doing a Facebook Live as well. And Facebook, hope you're doing well. Let me know what your goals are for the week. Comment below. Today we're going to talk about some live video tips and overcoming the fear and anxiety of going live, because all of a sudden, sometimes when you click that go button, you get your shaky voice, you get sweaty palms, and you are obsessing about how you look or what people are thinking of you. And I know that feeling because even though I am a coach and I do go live all the time and I do sing in a cover band, so I'm a performer, I get the feeling of feeling icky when you go live on video or when you see yourself on video, or all that talk that you want to show up really, really well, and is the info you're giving enough, and blah blah blah. So today I just want to give about 10 tips to really fine-tune your approach to going live, getting over some of those nerves, and things like that. So the first thing that I want to even share with you is that people don't even remember what you say for the most part in your Facebook Lives, and the way that they perceive information. Most of it is your body language, then a little bit of it is your tone, and then the rest, like the leftover sliver that matters, is what you actually say. So for those of you who right now, when you go live on video, you're not bringing the energy, you're not changing your tone of voice, you're focused so much on what you're going to say and how you're going to say it and how it's to be this way, that you're very, very stiff, that is read by your audience. And one of the things that helps you loosen up a little bit on video is over preparing. So my first and foremost tip is super obvious, but it's super important, and that is literally write word for word what you want to say on your video, practice it, insert when you're going to pause, when you're going to ask a question, when you're going to make a joke, when you're going to, just shift to the next tip or transition, why this talk matters. Like, make sure you over prepare. I was talking to my sister about how she overcomes nerves for work speaking engagements, and that's what she said. She said she practices in the mirror with a written out script, even to the point of what hand gesture to make, even to the point, now she doesn't have to do this anymore because she's gotten so comfortable that she doesn't need to, but in the beginning, that was what I did too with my lives, is write out every single word, when to say this, blah, 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 because otherwise I would black out and not remember anything. So who can relate to blacking out and not remembering anything? Comment yes. Hi, Terry on Instagram. And if you're watching on Facebook, let me know. If you're watching the replay, let me know. And the second tip I want to share with you is, since body language is so important, smile, shoulders back, don't stand like this, be up all in their business. And same thing with looking at the camera lens. You want to make sure that when you're talking, you are picturing your ideal client in your camera lens. You're seeing their face, what they need, and it's more about them than it is about you at all times, with everything you write, with everything you say on video. And so when you get over yourself and your own insecurities, because you know that in that camera lens, you're talking to your ideal client who needs to hear a certain message today, or needs a pick-me-up, or needs some motivation to keep going, that has to become your driving factor. And that will push right past those nerves. And if it doesn't, that's normal. You're gonna feel nervous, but the only way you can stop feeling nervous is to practice your way there. and is to fail your way there and to have as many bad videos as it takes to get to the point where it feels comfortable. So smile is the first tip. Second tip is think about your friend in the lens. Third tip, zero tip was over prepare. Third tip is don't, in the beginning of your videos, this is just super common and I do it all the time. I'm very guilty of this and I should stop doing it. Don't wait to jump into your message, meaning don't be like, okay, is our sound on? Let's see if anybody's here first. I'm going to scroll through the comments real quick. Just get right into it, because people, you are fighting online, not fighting, but you are trying to get people's attention. And it's really hard in today's world where everything, your newsfeed is buzzing by the seconds. So make sure that you start with an attention grabber, and you're engaging, and think about how you can make it more fun in the beginning. The other thing to do, tip number 4, is after you plan your outline and whatnot, I do want you to remember that really the big way to make your coaching business a success is by sales. And what sales is somebody feeling heard, someone feeling supported, somebody feeling understood, like you get them and you know how to help them, and somebody really believing in your story as the coach and seeing themselves being able to do the same thing, overcome the same things that you've been able to overcome. So when you are planning your Facebook Lives and your videos and talks and things like that, think about what is it that you want your audience to walk away with, and what are 3 words that you want them to feel at the end of the video. And then you can plan your video around that, adjust your outline around that if you need to, if it's not hitting those 3 feelings. So for example, you might want your audience to feel capable at the end of your video. So you're going to tell a story about how you had one of your worst months with your health, and you were at ground zero and everything was just going horrible, and you were able to by yourself, start going to the gym with a 15-minute walk, and those little things added up, and then you started eating healthier, and then blah, 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 and showing them that it's possible and that they're capable. So that's one feeling. So pick 3 feelings you want them to feel by the end and plan accordingly, adjust your outline accordingly. The other thing is, the good news about if you're feeling nervous about going on video is people just are not thinking, not analyzing your body language, not over analyzing every word you say. They care more about relating to you, hearing a good story, humor, you charming them, maybe asking them a question about themselves. They're selfishly watching your lives because they want some tips, not because they want to watch you fail or watch you, how you're nervous, your body language is. Maybe there's some haters out there who do that, but for the most part, I want you to just stop making up stories in your head that everybody's overanalyzing, looking at you, thinking all these things about you. It's just not true, and everyone is focused on themselves and very interested in what's in it for them. So in your video, that leads me to my next tip, is always think about what's in it for them. What's the so what and who cares is the question you could ask. So what and who cares? What's the message and why is this important? What's the urgency to start taking care of this problem? Now, the other thing to keep in mind is think about switching it up with your videos. So if you get really nervous doing them at your computer like this, and I recommend doing it when you are really comfortable. Do it on a walk. Do it, give them a behind the scenes video. Do a different type of formatted video. So instead of giving straight tips, show them your fridge and show them what's in your fridge and how you organize it and how you meal prep, and take the focus off of you. If you're brand new to live video and you need that crutch to get you started, that's a good way to switch it up and make sure that you don't, just know that you don't have to do it the cookie cutter way, sitting at your computer and doing a lecture. right? And the other thing you want to always include in your Facebook Lives to take the focus off of you is questions about your audience, getting them involved, so giving them an exercise where they have to take out a pen and paper and actually do something, or you give them homework after or something. Those things are really good for keeping people's attention, making you feel better because you're not just talking about you all the time, and just that good engagement viewership. Okay, now the last couple of tips that I wanted to share with you are ask yourself what's the one sentence you want them to take away from the video, if you can, and give it a catchy title. So one of the things that you don't want to do is just say like tips to be healthier. You want to include numbers, specifics, maybe an outcome that you were able to achieve that you're going to share tips on in the video. Make sure that it has a result-based type of title and numbers potentially and who it's for. It's always good to say who it's for. I don't always do that, but it's nice if you're like busy, like travel tips for busy moms or healthy travel tips for busy moms. 3 ways I stopped letting it all go on vacation or something. So the other thing that I wanted to share just as a final point when it comes to storytelling is it is good to tell stories about you because a lot of times your clients can relate to that. But when you are sharing stories, make sure you make it, like we said, about them. So using the word you in your stories more than I in your stories. What I mean by that is I'm going to tell you, here's an example. I'm going to tell you a story about a time when I was really inactive and was always a theater nerd at school and just had no confidence because I felt very weak and blah, blah, blah. And I'm sharing this story with you because you probably came across a point in your life where your body started changing and you were feeling lack of confidence and embarrassed around your friends and peers. And so I want to share with you some of the things that I did to get me through that time and start putting me in a healthy lifestyle for my future so I didn't end up, blah, blah, blah. And you will find, I think you will find that these tips will probably help you exactly where you're at on your journey right now, blah, blah, blah. So see how I'm incorporating why it's important for them throughout the story. That is a good thing to do, a good practice. And then the last tip that I want to share is I've talked before about overcoming nervousness with the video, and I actually have a podcast on it. It's called, if you go to haleyrowe.com/stop-feeling-nervous, you'll see one of my podcasts about that, so I won't go too in depth. But the last thing that I would share with you, more of like a best practice type of thing, is if you can ask people at the end of your video, what was the best takeaway? What was the number one takeaway you got? And I'm going to ask you guys that, so let me know what's the biggest takeaway you got. And afterwards, once you read those, you know if your message is aligned with what you were trying to get across or not. And you also know what people found most valuable. So in the future, you can create content off of that. You can know that that was the thing that sold your content for you, and leverage that in other ways. So in future content, in written posts, things like that. So it's just a good practice to get into. So that's all I have to say, but let me know if you have questions about nerves, because I can definitely answer them if you have a specific question. And if you have any questions in general, you can also ask. I shared also my other blog. It's haleyrowe.com/Facebook-live, which goes into detail about how to structure your lives a little more so than we did today. And as you guys know, I'm going live tomorrow in the Health Coach Nation Facebook group at 4:30 p.m. Central Time to answer questions and bring some training to that group. And I have one more announcement and I'll get off. To my email list, my VIP email list only, I will be offering a public, anybody can come, coaching call. That's a group call, and it's going to be on Zoom. So if you want to come to the life/business/mindset free-for-all coaching call, please join my email list at haleyrowe.com or ask me for the link for my newsletter, and
you will get the update about when that's going to be, and you can RSVP, and it's totally free. Okay, now we had one takeaway on Instagram. Somebody said, biggest takeaway was having a clear idea of what I want my audience to walk away with. I know, it's so true, and it's so easy to get the message overwhelming and filled with too many things, and I've definitely been guilty of that in the past. All right, thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it. Anything else, you guys? No, we're good? All right, I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great night.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Be sure to get your free gift over at haleyrowe.com by joining my email list. And remember, you can always connect with me and other health coaches in the Health Coach Nation free Facebook group, where I post trainings and videos on how to take your health coaching business to the next level. Can't wait to connect with you. Have an awesome day.